Greetings, Farmington Public Schools community. It is me, Dr. Goodrum, your interim superintendent with today's superintendent spotlight. I am so excited today to have with us just a few of our 15 national merit finalists that we have in the Farmington Public Schools District. So I think today we have 9 of our brilliant young ladies and young men who have accomplished this amazing feat. And I am just so happy to have them here. And we're going to just get started right away. And we're going to let them introduce themselves. You guys just jump on in and tell us what you want to about yourself.
I'll start. I'm Juliet Canoe. I'm a senior at North Farmington High School. God, I don't know what to say. I guess the main things I got involved with in school were Student Senate and BPA. I'm a state officer for BPA. It's Business Professionals of America. And that's kind of what I want to pursue next year. I don't know where I'll be going yet, but hopefully I'll be studying a combination of econ and urban environment.
Do you think you want to be here in Michigan, or are you trying to get away as fast as you can?
I love Michigan. I actually do see myself maybe ending up at the University of Michigan, but I'm still waiting on a few other decisions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Who's next?
I can go next. I'm Brenda Kumar. I'm a senior at North Farmington. A few clubs that I'm involved in at school are DECA, BPA, which is Business Professionals of America, class board, and then I volunteer at the Mayor's Youth Council. And for college and future plans, I'm thinking of going into healthcare. I don't really know if I want to go into medicine or the business side of it, like healthcare management, but I'm trying to keep my options open for now.
Good idea. Who'd like to go next?
I can go next. Oh, sorry, Sonia. My name is Shiram. I'm a senior at Farmington High School. Some of the clubs I've been involved in over the last 4 years are DECA, which is a business marketing club, HOSA, and then I've also been involved in dance, so Culture Shock too. And I'm interested in studying medicine. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going yet, but I would really like to minor in something business related as well.
Okay, awesome.
I can go now. I'm Sonia Josiah. I go to North Farmington High School. I'm an avid dancer, so I dance inside and outside of school. I've been doing Indian classical dance for 12 years now, and I'm captain of a dance team at North Farmington. And I hope to go into public health or public policy in the future.
Awesome.
I can go next. My name is Caterina Jeffdig. I'm a senior at Farmington High School. I went to Harrison my first 2 years, so I've only been at Farmington for really 2 years. I'm involved at DECA at my school. I also was playing tennis, not this year, but in previous years, and I was on varsity tennis for a couple of years. I plan on majoring in engineering, probably mechanical, but I'm not really sure yet. Aerospace is pretty cool too. And I don't really know where I'm going yet.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Come on now, gentlemen.
Okay, I'll go next, I guess. Hey everyone, my name is Tejas. Same as Kat, I went to Harrison for the past in 9th and 10th grade. And then for the past 2 years I've been in Farmington, and the transition was kind of hard, but we got through it. Some of my hobbies and stuff I did in school were HOSA, which is a health extracurricular activity, and BPA, which is a business professionals club. So you would assume I'm doing something in that sector, but I'm more interested in engineering, and specifically maybe computer science or electrical engineering, something like that. I hope to go to the University of Michigan or MSU. I want to stay in Michigan and branch out later in the future when I have more when I'm more when I know more in my sector, right? I would like to branch out California or Texas or something. So yeah, that's it.
That is awesome. Thank you, Tejas.
I can go ahead. My name's Anish. I'm a senior at Farmington High School, and I feel like I'm piggybacking off of what a lot of people said, but I was also involved with DECA and BPA and clubs like that. And I'd say a huge interest of mine has always been business and technology, and that's what I aim to pursue in the future as well. I'm looking for a balance between computer science and also business in my future. I still really am not sure where I want to go yet, but I like the University of Michigan. I'm also just waiting on a few other decisions. And that's just a fun fact about me and things I like to do is I actually really love going outside and biking and looking at nature, I guess. So I just say that's a thing that not a lot of people know about me. But yeah, that's basically me.
Thank you.
All right, Sai, you want to go or me?
I can go. Hi, everyone. My name is Sai Benwari. I'm a senior at Farmington High School. Like Kat and Tejas, I went to Harrison my first 2 years and at Farmington. A few of the clubs I was involved in were Quiz Bowl and BPA, and I was also part of swim for 10th, 11th grade. I plan on staying in state and going to UFM, although I'm still waiting on a decision. I want to go into computer science, specifically though, probably game development, because video games have been a big interest in my life for a while. So yeah, that's me.
All right, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm Andrew. I was also a Harrison Farmington guy. I'm the captain of the swim team. I also do student roundtable as well as HOSA, and I'll be most likely studying business at Michigan next year.
Okay, awesome. Well, first of all, let's shout out DECA and BPA. A lot of you guys are involved in those business clubs, so that is interesting. That's something that I might not have expected. So you are here today because you are National Merit Finalists. Who can tell me what that means? What does that mean? Why are we making such a big deal about this? What's so special about it?
So I guess this is just like my understanding of it. But it basically means like you took the PSAT and you got like a very good score, or like ranging in the country from those scores, you got a certain percentage of it. And so from that, you're eligible for a scholarship. And if you become like a finalist, that means you're just eligible for that scholarship.
And I think sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Brenda.
And I think it's such a big deal because they always say that it's like the top 1% of the nation. And I think like 1.5 million kids take it, and only like 15,000 of them get the like finalist standing. So I think that's why it's such a big deal.
So let's think about that. We have 15 in Farmington, and 15 out of 15,000 in one district. When you look at all the districts we have throughout the country, that's a pretty big deal. I know you guys have probably already figured out the percentage. I'm gonna need to grab my calculator, but that still, it seems like it's clearly, quite an accomplishment for us. I think I cut off somebody. I don't know who was about to say something. Sonia?
Yeah, you're good. No worries. I think beyond just academics, it shows more of who we are as students as a whole, because with the PSAT, just through that one score, we qualified to be semifinalists. But to be finalists, we had to talk about our extracurriculars. We had to write essays. And I think it's so important because it shows who we are beyond just, one single test score and just a number.
Absolutely. And I hope that everyone recognizes that no matter what test score, there's not a single test that is going to be the predictor or the definer of who you are. Each of you are unique individuals, and it's just one small piece of everything that you're interested in. Like we got dancers and tennis players and swimmers and gamers and avid bikers and nature people, like all these things that you have. And I'm sorry, nature people was probably not a good term for people interested in nature, but you guys are into a lot of different things. And I'm just super proud of the fact that even though right now everybody doesn't know where they're going, it does sound like everybody is pretty on board with heading to college next and studying such a variety of things. So that is very exciting. Let me see. What else do I want to ask you guys about? Well, we talked about the test. We talked about some of your hobbies. Now, if you missed out on your opportunity to tell us what your hobbies were and you wanted to, this is the time where you can do that. Anybody? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I have self-learned guitar, so I don't know, you can kind of see it in the back, but the last couple years I've been spending a lot of time trying to learn guitar. It just kind of was like a side hobby. And I started off really bad, but I'm getting better, definitely. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Brenda, did you have something too?
Yeah, actually, like Anish, I bike a lot, and like over the summer, I biked to Kensington Park from my house, which was like a 36-mile round trip, and like I bike so much, so I really like being outdoors, and I golf a lot. And like the past week was really nice weather, so I've been outside like every single day.
Yeah, I was just thinking when you said Kensington Park, and I was like thinking where Kensington Park is from here, and I imagined that you live here, and I was like, that's a whole lot.
Yep.
Well, you go, girl.
I guess I'll go. Something a little unique, I guess, I picked up during quarantine was I bought a skateboard. So me and my friends tried to learn how to skateboard. It worked out pretty well for me. I'm okay, but my friend actually broke her ankle, so we'll be finding a new hobby next summer.
Do we have a good skate park in Farmington?
We have a decent one at Drake.
Yes. Yeah, I know where that one is. Okay, not skating is not one of my. I know we talked about weird hobbies. It's not one of mine. Just letting you know, it is not. But my son does skate. This is a question that we didn't talk about. What are your plans? Not for right now, but does anybody have any plans to change the world? And how do you plan on doing that? That was a pop quiz. I know that's a pop question and it's a lot. I'm like, how are you, guys? How are you going to change the world? Let me know right now. I'm going to write it down and hold you to it.
I guess for me, I really want to study like kind of how you make places into spaces, you know, how you look at social factors, economics, and how that goes into our urban environment. That's what I want to study, and I guess that's kind of the change I want to make in our cities and towns.
That's awesome, Juliet.
For me, I always wanted to go into immunology. So I said public health before, but kind of more specifically immunology and just relating to widespread diseases. Just because I personally have experience with a disease, if you will, and just the prospect of that, with everything that we know, it just seems unrealistic to me. Like, I know that we can find a cure to something that doesn't necessarily happen right now, and I love the idea of reaching a broad scope of people, right? Just not maybe one patient, but we're affected by, like, a lot of people were affected by one certain thing. So I'm excited to create vaccines for things that don't really happen right now.
That's amazing too. I just have so much hope for the future.
I don't know if this would qualify as world changing, but I definitely say something more recently that I've always thought was kind of fascinating and something I look to do is I feel like doing a TED Talk would be really cool, and it's definitely something in my goals. I feel like talking to a large group of people and being able to share your ideas and converse, that would be an incredible experience, and it's definitely something I'm looking forward to doing.
Do you know what kind of topic you would like to discuss?
I really don't know as of yet. I've just seen so many of them where I'm just like, anything, to be honest, just to get out there and do something like that would be really fun. So I feel like that's just anything as of now.
You can just start with ending every speech you give with "Thank you for coming to my TED Talk." I frequently do that. And if anytime I rant about something, please put your clothes away. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I feel like I'm getting ready for that. So
I've definitely said that a few times too.
Anyone else before we close out?
So I guess. Oh, sorry.
You can go. You're fine.
So I guess like I want to be an engineering major, but I'm really interested in like mechanical. So looking at kind of like civil engineering, but also like things like planes and cars and how much kind of pollution comes from that. One thing I'd be really interested in is like finding a more efficient way to like travel, especially with like how much jet fuel is used by so many companies.
Excellent, Caterina. Brenda, did you have something?
Yeah, for me, I think the reason I wanted to go into like healthcare and healthcare management specifically was because of like how a lot of people don't have access to the healthcare, especially when we're like so well advanced in a lot of fields. So even though there's the technology and like the like vaccines or the solutions for a lot of like diseases, people don't have the ability to like get them. And I lived in India for like 4 years from like fifth grade to eighth grade, and I was able to like witness it firsthand. And even like during the pandemic, a lot of us have seen how like some populations are affected more than other populations. So I think like by going into healthcare management, I'll be able to like reach people on like the bottom rungs of a socioeconomic ladder in general. If that
That's
makes sense.
amazing too. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna cry. You guys make me so proud. All right, so this is our last question, and really just again super proud. This is less about national merit and just about March is Reading Month, and March is also Women's History Month. So yeah, I'd like to give each of you the opportunity to name either favorite author or favorite book, or you can also name an influential woman in your life, or a woman who was influential in your life. So
I guess I'll go.
Sorry. You can go ahead.
Okay, I guess I'll go. So I'll do the Women's History Month one. So one influential woman in my like that I look up to actually is Serena Williams, because she's like a tennis player, and I also used to play tennis for Farmington. And another one is also Malala, for all the stuff that she did in the Middle East and like helping bring out education and help more people gain access to having a brighter future, right? So those two are like women that I look up to.
thank you.
I was gonna say, I really look up to my grandma because, she grew up in India and she also wanted to go into medicine, but unfortunately her family didn't allow her to go to med school. So instead of like seeking her education, she was kind of forced to be just like go after her family. So growing up and hearing about her passion still to do medicine is kind of what inspired me to go through with her dreams and like go after mine. So I would say she's been really influential because she's always just told me to like go out and do whatever I wanted and make an impact. So yeah.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
I guess somebody I find really influential is Emma Watson. I'm like a huge Harry Potter fan, so like I've known who she is for years. And then I really like that she uses her platform to like raise social awareness on issues like the Me Too movement, and it's raised like so much awareness on sexual assault and things like that. And she also like joined the UN, and I feel like she just uses her platform to promote such good things.
Absolutely, Caterina.
I can talk about my favorite author who also does happen to inspire me a lot. So one of my favorite books is World of Wonders by Amy Nerukamatapil, and she is half Filipina and half Indian, and her story, her book World of Wonders, is a memoir of her life and growing up in America as first generation immigrant. So her story is so inspiring in the way that she has such an optimistic outlook on life, and how she frames it through her love of nature it's really good, and I really love her.
Did you say it was called World of Wonders?
World of Wonders, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I guess I'll go. I got really excited when you talked about reading. I'm a really big reader. And right now I'm reading The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, but she's one of my favorite authors. I really liked The Secret History. So that's what I'm reading right now. And my favorite book would probably, this is a little controversial, but Catcher in the Rye. I just like how, you kind of see Holden. You don't see him through his personality. You see him and how he's portrayed through the interaction he has with others. And I really liked that about that book.
Thank you, Juliet. We got some Salinger.
I can also do a book. Actually, this is a children's book, The Giving Tree. I'm sure all of you know about it. I used to really, really like it when I was a child, and I think it was just like my dad and I would read it so often that it was just like it became my favorite book, even though I don't like read it often now. But it just really like taught me like, oh, you should always help each other out and like do your best to give others what you have and share with them.
Yes, we learned many life lessons from the books that were read to us when we were younger. I just read Where the Wild Things Are, and that's when my children are monsters, but okay. Anyone else before we conclude?
Yeah, so one of the influential women in my life was actually my past strength and conditioning coach, Gloria. And so like she came over from Spain, not too much English. And in the past year she's become the head coach for Wayne State swimming.
Well, that's awesome. Everybody's was awesome. Sometimes I feel bad because I say awesome. I just want you to know that you're all awesome. So everybody's has been awesome. All right, Sai. I don't think you went. Not of course. I just want to make sure you have the opportunity before I close it out.
Yeah, sure. One of the really influential women in my life is my mom. She does a lot every day. From like she does like a full-time job. She's also she plays an instrument, and she's part of a group where like they perform very regularly. So her schedule is always like really packed, but she always finds the time to spend time with us, have fun with us, and like just balancing that big of a schedule. I mean, among all of the other things that she does for me, it's very inspiring, and I don't know. I hope I can treat my kids the same way as well.
Awesome. And Anish, did we hear from you on this one, or no? Or
I can go ahead. I can go ahead, but I'd say the same. I'd say my mom as well, but just to keep things fresh as well. I'd say my younger sister inspires me, and I just say just seeing like innocence and just seeing like her. She's like 10 years old now, so it's just like she almost pushes me to be better all the time, and it's just like everything I do, I kind of keep that in mind, and I just want to make sure I can spend time with her. And now then, before I'm going off to college, I kind of just want to give her everything, almost just because it's just nice seeing little kids who are innocent and aren't like, fully exposed to the world yet. So I definitely say that's something that keeps inspiring me and pushing me forward.
You sound like the best big brother ever. Like she's gonna
Thank
keep
you.
this, and she's gonna keep it and make you watch it forever and ever. Like, remember when you said that I inspired you? I love it. All right. Well, I know that you all are very, very busy because we have a lot going on, and so I'm not going to keep you. I do appreciate you spending this time with me out of your busy schedule. I am sorry that I am so goofy. It's just the way that I was made. And so, again, as we're closing, just so thankful to every single one of our students who are with us today. These are our National Merit Finalists. Remember, Farmington Public Schools has 15 out of approximately 15,000 across the nation. That is a significant achievement for our district. And we are just so proud of these amazing young men and women and what they have done and what they will continue to do to improve our community and our society as a whole. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you soon.